Hope you're feeling good today. President Trump and Elon Musk, two things are happening this morning, and I honestly don't know if either of them are true, but they're being reported by the Washington Post, and a lot of people online are talking about it. And I want to also go ahead and look at their sources because I'm not too sure if the Washington Post is sharing the truth here, which to some people is going to be a surprise. To others, they're going to be like, Washington Post might as well be reporting about TMZ. I know, but people are talking about it, so I wanted to go ahead and get in the conversation. Hopefully, we could deconstruct it, arrive at some truth, and whoever wants to make up their mind about the events, they'll be able to do so. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Also, if you like having conversations like this, if you think they matter, please consider liking and subscribing. It really, really does mean the world to me. Okay, check this out. So I first learned about all this from this post by Laura Loomer. She said, "Oh my, there's a report that Secretary Scott Bessent and Elon Musk got into a physical fight." Immediately, you got my attention. All right. Like tell me everything. And she just sent me this, or no, she posted the screenshot, right? And I'm like, okay, this is very, very interesting. So what do? Immediately I find the article. All right. I'm like, say more. All right. This article is titled Inside the Battles That Shattered Trump and Musk's Alliance. Okay. And things got really spicy immediately. A couple paragraphs in, look at this. Rattled in the wake of Elon Musk's public attacks and apparent call for his impeachment, Trump worked the phones, debriefing close to confidence and casual acquaintances alike. His former ally was a big time drug addict, Trump said at one point as he tried to make sense of Musk's behavior, according to a person with knowledge of the call, who, like others interviewed for this story, spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss sensitive matters. So now so many people are running with this. Like people are thinking that President Trump said that he is a big time drug addict, referring to Elon Musk. Like that is crazy. And people are just, running with this. Remarks just in, President Trump called Elon Musk big time drug addict, Weibo reports, but there's no evidence of this. There's no evidence of this. So there's just someone who said a thing. And there's President Trump did actually talk about this ever so slightly yesterday. And if this is what people are referring to in this article, it is just truly disappointing. But this is President Trump yesterday on Air Force One talking to the press. Check it out.
Did you have any concerns about his drug use when he was working for you?
I don't want to comment on his drug use. I don't know. I don't know what his status is. I read an article in the New York Times. I thought frankly, it sounded very unfair to me.
So in this moment, President Trump seems very, very, very collected, right? Very, very intentional with the words that he's using. But is that the whole story from behind the scenes? I don't know. Again, this is going to be up to you to decide. Like, do you think President Trump would actually say something like that behind the scenes about Elon Musk? I'm not so sure. All right. Now, moving a little bit further down the article, but the president, who historically hasn't hesitated to fire off deeply personal, blistering social media posts about others who have insulted him, was more muted regarding Musk than his friends and advisors expected. In the aftermath of his Thursday face-off with Musk, he urged those around him not to pour gasoline on the fire, according to two people with knowledge of his behavior. He told Vice President J.D. Vance to be cautious with how he spoke publicly about the Musk situation. Okay. And all this kind of checks out. All right. If you go through the timeline, this was shared on Rapid Response 47. Here, President Trump again, Air Force One, talking about Musk, and things were simple.
What's your view on Elon Musk as of today? I mean, have you heard from him at all?
Honestly, I've been so busy working on China, working on Russia, working on Iran, working on so many. I'm not thinking about Elon.
On the China,
I just wish him well.
President Trump saying, "I just wish him well," to which Elon Musk responds, "Likewise." All right, so again, maybe the temperature is high, but things aren't boiling. All right, maybe the water is warm, but it's not hot. All right, and maybe that's just okay. Right? Again, people refer to this as like, oh, you know what, families fight. That's okay. All right. Are things still collected and cordial? If you ask me, probably. All right. But look at this. But although the break between Musk and Trump only exploded into public view on Thursday, cracks in the lines began to appear much earlier. As Musk's move fast and break things bravado complicated the White House's ambitions to remake American society, the billionaire alienated key members of the White House staff, including Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, and quarreled with cabinet members, physically coming to blows with one. All right, so this is whenever you take a right-hand turn. All right, so check this out. Not long after, Musk's tension with the Trump's trade team devolved into blows in an altercation with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, said Stephen K. Bannon, the right wing. I know. All right. According to Bannon, the right wing podcaster, longtime political advisor Donald Trump, in mid April, Musk and Bessent had gone into the Oval Office to make their respective cases about their preferences for acting IRS commissioner. Trump decided to support Bessent's choice. That disagreement was first reported by the New York Times. All right. And this is where things get incredibly spicy. After Bessent and Musk exited the Oval Office and began walking down the hallway, the two men started to exchange insults, Bannon said, adding that Bessent brought up Musk's claims that he would uncover more than $1 trillion in wasteful and fraudulent government spending, which Musk had not succeeded at doing. Scott said, "You're a fraud. You're a total fraud," Bannon said in an interview. Musk then rammed his shoulder into Bessent's ribcage like a rugby player, Bannon said, and Bessent hit him back. Multiple people stepped in to break up the scrum as the two men reached the National Security Advisor's office, and Musk was shuffled out of the West Wing. Wow. All right, and look what President Trump said. President Trump heard about it and said, "This is too much." So I know what you guys are probably thinking right now. All right, Bannon said, I know, not the most reliable source to some people. I understand, and other people are probably like, the Washington Post. What are we doing here? Why are we even talking about it? I hear it. I hear you. Okay, this person says Washington Post. I heard it from a guy who overheard someone say they heard a thing style news. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but Bessent seems so calm and measured. I hear you. All right. There's like a lot of leaks in this story, and that's why in the beginning of the video I said I don't know what's true. All right. I have my own personal opinion. But this is tough. And in response to a post including Steve Bannon, Elon Musk responds to him pretty much insulting Bannon directly, calling him something incredibly harsh. So I know, weird day. All right. And I really still don't know what to think about this. Like, I don't know if President Trump would throw this type of insult at Elon Musk, and some people watching, they're like, no, sounds very much like Trump, especially behind closed doors. You know what? That could be your opinion. I'm not sure. All right. And then you have this physical altercation with Bessent and Elon Musk, and who knows? All right. But this is a real article from the Washington Post, and it has everybody talking. All right, maybe not in the best ways, but this is the report. So anyways, that's the video. I just wanted to talk about it real quick. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Do you think it's all fluff and it's just like not news and it's all drama? Maybe. All right, I might agree with you on that one today. But yeah, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section, and I will see you on next time. And please consider liking and subscribing, because that really, really does mean the world to me. All right, thanks so much. I'll see you next time. Episode's over already? Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.